Hi, everybody, and welcome to the NBA Files. I'm Everett Terry, along with Kwame Fisher-Jones. Always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Beat down number 2.
What is he talking about? Like, he just makes this up as he goes along.
I don't make it up. I just call it.
All right, Red Herring.
Look, they just brought the stretch. They just brought the stretch Hurst roll by for you. The Hurst is out back, ready for you. Let's get it. I
feel like I'm watching Scooby-Doo and this guy's Red Herring, like the whole time, just screaming out all types of craziness that has nothing to do with nothing.
Snack, so I'm about to eat some more.
Sounds good. Let's dig right into it.
Let's go.
Ben Simmons.
Yes.
Mr. Ben Simmons, okay? Hey, listen. I mean,
you were not a Ben Simmons dude.
It wasn't that I wasn't. It was I felt that when he played in the system that he was in college, I felt that there were deficiencies in his game he had to improve on. I thought his overall skill set could translate to the NBA because he had the size and he had the ability, the natural athleticism. You know, but we had to wait and see. So far, he's proven a lot of detractors wrong the way he's come out. And the bigger thing is, the Sixers got over 500 for the first time in a lot of people's lives in this world, you know. So, you know, you got to take that. Listen, they were sub 500 for like 4 years. Yeah. So outside of being 0-0. So the fact that they're over 500 this early in the season probably is what saves Brett Brown. Although based on some of his coaching, I would let him go, but that's neither here nor there. No. Ben Simmons, best rookie ever. And should he be considered for an MVP candidate?
Well, full disclosure, the best rookie ever is a kind of a jab at the ESPN article.
Of course.
That said he was the best rookie ever. And I'm not even going to dig. I just was more or less messing with you.
Of course, I know.
But as far as the MVP candidate, I definitely think he is one.
He's in the mix.
Let me just. I'm gonna help you out here. When I watched Ben Simmons play at LSU, I thought he was a good player, but I wasn't completely sold on him.
Right.
In full disclosure, I thought the Sixers should have traded the pick. And I thought they should have taken Buddy Hield and tried to get some more draft picks. But then when they got number 1, this was before the ping pong balls, before the lottery. When they got the number 1 pick, obviously everyone and their mother said they had to take Ben Simmons.
Have to.
And they did, and he got hurt. What sold me on Ben Simmons was the documentary that he did on Showtime. Because this was a kid who handled things at LSU about probably the worst you can handle him, short of taking money from an agent.
Right.
But he was vocal. He was steadfast in his opinion that he should not have been there. And while I didn't appreciate the way it manifested on the court, I respected his leadership demeanor and the fact that this is how I feel, so this is how I'm going to roll. That sold me on Ben Simmons because that let me know that no matter how bad things got in Philly, his confidence was never going to waver. No matter how many times, how many players came in and out of the lineup, his confidence was never going to waver. He was still going to do what he was going to do. And those are leadership qualities. Now, one of the things that his best attribute is not his passing. It's not his scoring. It's his rebounding. He is one of the best rebounders I've seen maybe since Moses Malone. As far as being tall, unathletic, he's not cat quick. He doesn't have a lot of suddenness. He's not a guy that jumps out of the building. He just has a nose and an instinct for the ball, which is why you always see the passes. His rebounding is one of the best is the best part of his game. To see him rebounding at ease. And to see that translate through the team. I wrote this down. I call it the benefactors. You like that? Wait, yes, well, that was good.
Benefactors.
Yeah, because the team is the benefactors. Whatever,
I got it.
I got it. You get what I did there, man?
It's just a play on words. I got it.
It's so whack. You don't like that.
Whack. It's fine.
Anyway, so the team is first in rebounding in the NBA. That's a benefactor of having Ben Simmons. They're second in team assists. That's a benefactor of having Ben Simmons. And he's been a monster in that team, and it's permeated through the roster. You know, Embiid had a lights-out game in Los Angeles.
Sure did.
A few weeks ago, and I watched
46, 13, 7, 7.
Yeah, I think he actually had like 17, 18. But yeah, I watched it, but the story for me that took away was the first play of the game. Ben Simmons does a Euro step and goes up for a dunk. Yeah. Uncontested over Alonzo Ball. That in front of the Lakers bench, coming out of the opening tip. Yeah. Ball game, blouses. And I'm not saying the Sixers are the blouses, but that was the ball game right there. At that moment he took the heart and he didn't scream, he didn't yell. It was business as usual when he came down. So that to me was what Ben Simmons is. Yes, he's an MVP candidate. Yes, he is he's on a different level. You know, the Sixers were 13 and 18 with Joel Embiid in the lineup last year in his 31 games. That as good as he is, he's not that guy. Like, you're watching something special. You're watching Kobe, Magic, Larry Bird, and LeBron. You're watching a guy that doesn't play. Like, it doesn't change for him. He doesn't get impacted, and when the game gets nip and tuck, takes it at the next level. You're not watching a guy like Jordan that's cut your throat out in first quarter. You're watching a guy who is kind of like is writing a doctrine, a manifesto. So I'm excited about him, and look, it's Harden or Irving's award to lose this year. Kyrie Irving's award of the year, but he's definitely going to get a top. He'll
be in the mix. He'll
get more votes than LeBron.
Oh no.
Yeah, he'll get more votes than LeBron.
I'll disagree with that. I think he gets more votes than LeBron if the Sixers finish 48, 49.
Are you ready to back off your win total now that you've seen him play? Because neither one of us thought they were going to the playoffs. If this dude plays 70 games, they're in the playoffs.
We agree with that.
Whether Embiid takes the court or not, if he plays 70 games, they're in the playoffs.
I agree. I agree that if he plays 70 games, they make the playoffs. We'll agree with that. I don't know if him playing 70 games to make the playoffs with the way that the Sixers are currently structured helps them long term. I mean, I think it's good that they win and they get a feeling for winning, but they're still building. They're still
they are. I mean, they haven't figured out what the hell to do with Fultz.
2, maybe 3 pieces away or moves away from getting this right. Because they got to figure out what to do with Okafor. They got to figure out what to do with Fultz. And they still need another shooter because Redick is gone after this year. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, they re-up Rocco. That's great. But they need to figure out a couple other things to be the kind of team
that way.
To be the kind of team that's like, wow, all right, the Sixers are a legitimate playoff contender. They can make some noise in the playoffs. Right now, they get in, depending on matchup, they may win the first round, but they're not a second win Eastern Conference Finals, NBA Finals team right now.
They've got their engine though.
Yeah, they've got an engine. He is the engine.
Fultz is a piece. How he becomes, whether they trade him, which is a possibility, or whether they figure out a system that fits him. Because again, I feel like you could put Simmons at that high pick and roll and allow him to be a point forward versus the point guard bringing. That's just my opinion.
Sure.
I think another coach that comes in will see that as well.
Here's where I go, because I just spoke about the pieces where I think that the Sixers are a piece or two away from being that team.
Mm-hmm. I like
LeBron James may be a free agent.
No.
Do you think maybe LeBron considers going to Philly? Well, I don't either, but I'm just throwing it out there.
No, and no.
He stays in the East. He's got a guy that can do all the legwork.
I don't want LeBron James, and I love LeBron James. LeBron James is my dude, my man. I'm a big LeBron James fan. Why would I want to do that? Why would I want to bring in a Rolls Royce when I'm rolling in a Ferrari? Like, why would I want to do that? Why would I want to slow down? Basically, put that in layman's terms, bro. Why would I want to slow down when I'm moving at a rapid pace right now? Doesn't make sense.
You think bringing LeBron would slow them down?
Because LeBron James is 99 years old.
That's a true story.
So he's not old. He's old. So it's like you're bringing him in, and it's like Eric Gordon when the episode of Martin where everybody's flying around and you got Eric Gordon coming in there trying to slow everybody up.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit. And I don't think Ben wants him.
No, I don't either.
I think when you're hungry...
And you want to be the guy. You want to be the next.
Like it's
Kobe didn't want to go play with Mike.
Yeah,
he wanted to beat Mike.
Right. That's not a diss to anybody. It's not a slot, a dig at Kevin Durant or anyone. I just think Ben is wired a little different. He's got that irreverency. He's got that pouty thing that stars have. I don't think he wants LeBron. You know who I would love to see them go after? Paul George. I would love to see them go after Paul George. I think you add Paul George with a Ben Simmons.
Shoot the three.
I don't think Paul George is coming to Philly.
Nope, I don't either.
I don't think a lot of stars want to come to Philly right now. There needs to be more diversity.
There needs to be another year.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it needs to be more diversity in the way sports are covered here. And I think there's a lot of underlying issues that you hear from athletes off camera. I just don't think LeBron fits. It doesn't make sense. It's a waste of money. And you just gave Robert Covington 10. Well, he's getting 16 this year, but I think it averages out to 10 years for the next 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
It's
4 years, 62. Yeah, 4 years, 62. But you take 16 out of there, he's getting
makes it 46.
Yeah. So and then that's 4 more years
11
left.
And a half.
Yeah. So he's a movable contract, but he's going to be a starter. So no, I don't think you bring LeBron James in. I think you have the Paul George possibly, or maybe even Otto Porter.
Otto Porter didn't he get like $100 million?
Yeah, they're trying to trade him now.
Of course they are,
They're
because it's an awful contract.
It is, but the Sixers can eat that contract. That's it for this segment of the NBA Files. Everett, Terry Jr., Kwame, Fisher Jones. We'll catch you next time.